here. Dan, again, man, I can thank you a million times. I can sit here. I don't want to pump your head up, but I can't think of...
Well, I need it.
Okay, well, I can't think of anyone who would have done what you did, except for my wife.
Right. Well, you know what? It's good that you bring her up because, you know, she said the same thing. And, dude, those of you who have been religious listeners to the show, Maxwell's wife and I have had a rocky couple of years. You know, I was going to be the downfall and this and that. And actually, Thanksgiving, we you know, you had us all over the house. She was great, broke down and cried in the driveway, the whole thing, hugging me goodbye. And I'll tell the city the same thing I told her, which is sometimes you get lucky. And looking out for everybody else is looking out for you. Yeah. And that's really how I felt about this situation. I felt like this is the vehicle that gives me the best chance for success. So you're lucky they didn't bring in somebody that was like, yeah, I could work with that guy. You know? But, no, I really felt like just really connected to this because I helped build it from the ground up. Did. And I was like, no, this is kind of my thing, too. You know what I mean? Yeah. My hands are, you know, fully in this, and I want to continue to grow and build this thing into what I know it really should and can be. So I felt like staying.
So thanks for doing the right thing.
Well, you know.
They threw a lot of money at him.
They did.
And he did the right thing.
They did. Which was what made it really hard all year.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Because he was suffering all year. Every bill collector on the planet was calling you.
Still calling me.
You had to hide your car because they were going to try and repo it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is stuff Dan was dealing with, and the whole time he's like, had I just stabbed Maxwell in the back, I could have plenty of money.
Right. Yeah. But, you know...
And you didn't do it, so thank you.
Well, you know, you're welcome.
Well, I love you, man.
All right.
It's okay, you can say it.
All right, I love you guys, too.
I know you do.
God, I feel like such a homo.
It's okay. I love you, Tiffany.
I love you too, Max.
Whore. So, we pick up the story. Dan has turned down the radio station to stab me in the back and work with the new afternoon guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
Now the real fun begins. They decide they're going to pay me through the end of my contract, which is like the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
But they do technically have the right to take away my health insurance. Yet in the entire history of people being essentially paid to not work in our business, it's very rare that the company goes, we'll pay you till March, but your kid won't be able to go see the doctor. Right?
Right.
Because it's a real D move. It's just a D move. There's no other way around it. It's a D move.
Right.
You got a guy who's taking risks, who's helped you put together a show that's #1. You're making money hand over fist. You decide to kick him to the curb. That's fine. But then you're going to take away his health insurance. That's a D move. And that's what they did. And it gets even worse. Because they let Dan keep his. Because the entire year, they kept trying to rehire Dan.
Yeah,
including, well, first off, they had Rover call him, and, I mean, Rover, you do let the cat out of the bag.
Bo had called me, like, you know, I don't know, like 3,000-4,000 times. And, you know, a lot of times I wouldn't even pick up the phone, I was letting it go. And then finally, yeah, they had him call me. And, you know, he went into the, man, I gotta tell you, I just feel like all the talent on that show comes from you, man. Like, are you sure you want to be doing what you're doing? The job market out there is tough, and, you know, you're really funny, and, you know, I feel like, you know, this is a good place for you to be, and, you know, are you sure? It's tough out there, man.
It's tough.
It's tough,
buddy.
And, you know, I essentially said, I get it, right? I said, but if you really thought I was good, and you really thought I was this talented, then wouldn't you be calling me not to ask me to come back and work afternoons? Wouldn't you be calling me to ask me about maybe the opportunity of joining your show if you really thought I was good? And he kind of went into, well, you know, we might be able to talk about that.
Yeah.
And at that point, I knew it was going to get a little weird. And I realized...
So that's got to make everyone on his show feel great to know that they're all expendable, because they are, and that the guy that you work for over there that's never fought to get you health insurance or a full-time salary is already looking to sell you guys down the river. That's got to feel good, right? That's got to feel real good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I imagine that would feel good. So
maybe if I let more people throw up on me, Rover will fight for me and give me health insurance. Jackasses. He was looking to sell all you down the river.
And so,
And Dan did the right thing
again.
again.
And so and I'll be honest, that conversation between him and I lasted about an hour. You know, it was back and forth about what I liked, what I didn't like, and he asked me, well, what don't you like about this? And I said, I will not tell you the exact details of what I do not like. I said, a lot of guys in my position would be angling for more money. That's not what this is. They offered me a decent amount of money. It's structure issues. Set aside the fact that I really wanted to stay with this show. You know, let's say that wasn't true and that I was looking to leave. Structure issues of that situation were not great. You know what I mean? A lot of guys probably would have said, yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff, but I really felt like, I've kind of proved my weight here a little bit. I feel like I have the right to kind of say, that's not so great, you know, and there was no budging on any of it. And so I said, okay, I get what this is. This isn't about what you want, which is me staying here. This is about what you don't want, which is what they have right now, which is the three of us on in the morning over at NCX. That's what they did not want. And so everything...
And that's what they swore would never happen.
Right.
They put their people out on the road, all right? All of their disc jockeys, and they put their salespeople out on the road to say it'll never happen, they'll never show up across the street, the #1 radio show will never be heard here again, and start spewing their poison and their spin to get people to spend money with them, and their worst nightmare is now coming true.
Right. And, you know, and so, like I said, about an hour in, I realized, you know what, I knew it should have happened sooner than this, but I realized, you know what, I probably shouldn't be having this phone conversation. You know what I mean? Like an hour in, it hit me, and I was like,
Really? It took you an hour in?
I was like,
really?
well, you know what?
I mean, I have to admit, some of it had to feel good that this guy was groveling and
kind of
begging you to stay at WMMS because he was so afraid of you. I mean, that's got to feel good.
It felt a little good.
Right.
You know? All the courting from a bunch of people over there, it did. It kind of was like, all right, I'm enjoying
Dan felt
this.
good.
Yeah.
It's good to be loved and wanted.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
Strippers
this.
would be better, but instead of fully...
Well, we're back on the air now.
We'll settle for Rover.
So, where was I? Oh, yeah, I decided.
You said no.
I was like, dude, I gotta go. You know what I mean? And we hang up the phone, and I thought that was going to be it. And then just, it got relentless from there. It was 15, 20 phone calls a day from management going, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I was like, how many times do I have to say no?
And it actually gets worse because the phone calls didn't stop. Went on for months and months. They were trying to hire Stansberry up until I don't even want to say it because people over there will lose their mind. But we'll tell you coming up after the Floyd.